All right, guys, welcome back to Unsolved. I have a couple cases that I want to do updates on. First one being Cassidy Rainwater. Then we're going to touch on Brian Laundrie, and also going to talk about the Jacob Clare case. So let's get started. Actually, going to give a few minutes since I just went live. So just give it a few minutes for people to come in. Morning. Okay, so we're going to start off with Cassidy Rainwater, update on her case. So she has been identified as a victim, and first-degree murder charges have been filed on both Norton and Phelps. So Norton was in court on the 23rd of this month, and both have pled not guilty to everything, including first-degree murder, abandonment of a corpse, and kidnapping. Their next court case is February 2nd, 2022, for the preliminary. Now, Norton has a private attorney, like someone hired him for him. So, and his name is Twilbell, I do believe. And he was going to argue, or was trying to argue, for a reduction of bail. But apparently that was put on hold until the preliminary. But I can't see them getting a reduction in bail because his charges have gone up from kidnapping to first-degree murder. So why would they? Hi, Nana. Why would they lower his bail? An interesting fact. Not interesting. So Phelps has a public defender, and like I said, Norton has a lawyer by the name of Twilbell. So someone is paying for Norton's legal advice or counsel. So that's all I really have on there. Yeah, I know. Some nerve to, yeah. So now I'm just going to touch a little bit on Brian. And of course, the phone's going to ring. Hang on. Or just mute it. They can leave a message. Okay, so Brian Laundrie. Wow. Damn.
Hello.
Sorry about that, guys. So, for all we know, okay, hang on. Let me just get back to my beginning. I should have had this more organized, I guess is the word. So, there was it has been confirmed, DNA matched. And according to the Laundrie's lawyer, death by suicide, gunshot to the head, and so like I said, that's from his lawyer, but the FBI has not come out and spoke of any of that. Now the question there's a couple questions everybody's asking. One, will the parents be charged with some kind of obstruction or anything hindering the case? Because, of course, now people want to know what is in the notebook. And where's the gun? So, because it hasn't been found. Now, for all we know, the gun could have been could be in the belly of an alligator. We don't know because they just found remains and not full remains of Brian, from what I understood. Um, uh, like, where did the gun come from? Now, because okay, so at this point, did the parents know that he had a gun? Because at no point during the law enforcement, in the law enforcement report, that there was a mention of a gun missing. They never said that he was armed and dangerous. I would think that they knew that, meaning his parents, I think that they knew that he had a gun. Because when they turned over all their guns to the FBI, there was one missing. So do they know that he had that gun? Like, are we going to get answers to that? And are they going to be truthful? So, and did the parents know all along? Did they know all along that he was dead? Like, they lied this whole time. Yeah, so they've lied this whole time, and they say, oh, excuse me, they did say they thought that's where he was, and that is indeed where he was. So, like, when they went to look for him finally, because they didn't look for him right away, and the day that they do go look for him, they happen to come across his dry bag, and I don't know if they found the knapsack or it was just the dry bag, which had the notebook and everything in it. So, like, they have been sketchy from the beginning for me. They did file a missing person report on him on that Friday, on I guess 4 days after, 7, I can't remember how many days it was, that he was gone before they filed. They let that whole search go on for all those weeks for him, with a pretty good idea that he had taken his own life. And that's my opinion. The parents were never really involved in looking for their son, but when they finally do go out to look for him, they find items belonging to him. And the police are the ones that found the actual remains. Excuse me. Do you guys think that the parents should be held accountable? Yes, Nana, there is a gun missing from the parents' house. Yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't reported to the public, like, so, but yeah. So do you guys think that that the parents should be held accountable for interfering with the police investigation? You didn't know that? Yeah. I think they should be held to some aspect of accountability, because we actually don't know what, and that's the whole thing of it being tricky. We don't know what they actually were told by Brian. Like, he could have said that they broke up, blah, 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 blah. But then in the back of my mind, I think, well, they must have known, because the whole family went camping, and it was like a last goodbye. And like I said, my opinion. Like, the whole time that Gabby was missing, what did they know? Like, what was their involvement? Does anybody have any idea what that could have been? So, oh, and the fact that the fact that they went and got the car from the reserve says everything to me. Because if he was there and supposedly coming back home, you wouldn't have gone to get taken his car away from the reserve. Now they said they come and got it because there was a ticket on it. I know here they don't call you, say, hey, you got a ticket on your car. So, like, how did they know that the car had a ticket on it? And isn't that car his way home? Like, to me, I got there by car. I need to get home by car. So it just tells me that in the back of my mind that the parents knew that he wasn't going to be coming back. They knew that he didn't have a cell phone to call to home to be picked up or anything. And what was in that notebook? Everybody wants to know what's in that notebook. Now, we haven't heard on the notebook, possibly because maybe they're putting a case together. But I did hear a report that his parents had been given the information that was in that notebook. But I can't verify that. What do you guys think? Nana, do you have any? So you hear all my papers rustling. What's that say? Oh. So that's all I have right now on Brian. I'm hoping that there will be some kind of charges. Yes, from day one. I don't know how to. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, okay. Look at that. From this whole story, sketchy. Yeah. Yeah. I have 4 biological children and 2 adopted children, stepchildren, but they're my kids. 3 boys and 3 girls. And my youngest are 18, so they're all young adults. And God forbid something like that happened to them, like they actually harmed somebody, a loved one. I think, well, I know I would probably say, get yourself a lawyer. Let's go. Hang on a second. Sorry, I got to cough. Sorry. I would tell my child to get a lawyer and own up to what happened, because we don't know if it was an accidental, like we don't know. So I would definitely tell my kids, yes, get a lawyer up, say your truth, do your time. If that's what it comes to, do your time. They never gave closure to any of Gabby's family. Like, this pleading, hang on a second. Pleading the 5th, yeah. It did make them look guilty. I know it's, yeah. Dragging me through the mud, I would have said it straight. Yeah. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, so now we will never, I don't think we'll ever fully, and neither will Gabby's parents ever get the full answers of to what really happened and why, which is a shame. But, all right, so does anybody else have anything on Mr. Laundrie? Mr. Laundrie. My other case that I wanted to do an update on was Jacob Clare. Very interesting case. So we all know that he kidnapped his son, Noah, and his niece, Amber, who we all believe that he was in a sexual relationship with the 17-year-old Amber. But the kids have been found and returned safely. And now we go on to what's going to happen to Jacob. Hang on. So Jacob Clare managed to get from Tennessee, Kentucky area, because he's from Kentucky and kids were from Tennessee, I think. He managed to get to Santa Clemente, California. And a lady had seen these missing kids on social media and saw all three of them walking on a beach and called the police. You don't know much about the Laundrie case or the Clare case? Oh. So Jacob Clare kidnapped his son and his niece. So a lady spotted them on the beach, called police. Both Amber and Noah are now safe at home. Jacob had lured his niece into a relationship. And Amber, because she was 17, they never did a child alert on her, an Amber alert on her. Because 17 is the age of consent there, and where she's from. However, in the state of California, it is not. So, because he was arrested in California, they're going to hold him on a felony sexual assault charges for what he had done to her. Kidnapping charges. In his preliminary, the judge tells him all the things that he cannot do. And then when the judge is done, he asks the judge if he could have contact with his son, Noah. Are you effing kidding me? No. And I also read a post. I didn't screenshot it. I should have, but I didn't. I read a post that someone else has been arrested into this case. A woman. Hang on, where is that? Yeah, because so another person has been charged in this case. Police are saying that they have arrested one woman and that they think that it will lead to the arrest of others. So the person that was arrested, her name is Marissa Henson, and she is from Tennessee. And her and Jacob Clare are friends on Facebook. And she comments pretty much on everything that Jacob posts. She is a photographer. She is a mother of 2 young children. So a little bit about Jacob. We all know that he's a gym rat, and he does all kinds of bodybuilding stuff, and that he was in a dad bod competition, which we know in that competition he was trying to win $25,000. So a big chunk of money, I think. But he lost. Somebody in Ohio won. And he's always posting about going to the gym, and so was this Marissa. Yeah, they're thinking that there's more than the two of them that were involved in this. Oh, but it gets crazier, Nana. It gets crazier. So from what I understand, Marissa's charges are, it's called criminal responsibility for facilitation of a felony. So basically, she helped him. But that is her official charge name. So, and on her affidavit of arrest, and anybody can look this up. I did not screenshot it. I'm having issues with my pictures being. Anyhow, so it said affidavit that she had prior knowledge of the alleged kidnapping, and that she helped plan the crime. Yeah. So apparently, they started to plan the crime back in October. She helped Marissa helped Jacob buy a car, the car that was found in California. And when she was asked what the relationship between the two of them was, she stated that she was Jacob's spiritual advisor. She did know that Jacob was going to be taking his niece Amber, but I do not think she knew that there was a sexual relationship between the two of them. Because I kind of think this mom, Marissa, I don't know if she was I think she was married or is married, but I think she kind of had the hots for Jacob. I mean, he is a pretty decent looking guy. Can't deny. So back in October, on the 20th, they met at Opry Hills Mall, where they sat down, Jacob and Marissa, and apparently they sat down and she helped him plan this whole plan out. She did know that. Oh no, I said, did she know? Okay, so we don't know if she knew if they had a sexual relationship. She also told Jacob to go onto Facebook Marketplace and buy a car. Okay. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I have to re-chat here. I'm sorry. When a woman is invited from child, yeah, me too. I don't think she knew about the sexual relationship of Jacob and Amber. So, because I'm sure if she knew that, I really don't think she would have gotten involved. But then again, we don't know, because he's probably telling a little sob story. I don't get to see my son, and so she helped. She told him to go on the marketplace to buy the car, and she told him to use her phone, so that he wouldn't have the search history on his phone. Oh no, I like your chat, because no one ever. I don't. As you can tell, you're the only one here right now. I did have a couple people, but they don't stay, and I don't know what I do wrong. So, but that's okay. A lot of people. I mean, I did have a lot of people in chat for when Brian Laundrie first went missing, or in Gabby Petito. Of course, you got thousands of people in chat by then, but now, anyhow, back to Jacob Clare. So they apparently drove together to Samarian, where they bought, I'm not sure if I said that name right, where they had bought the Subaru. And then they drove it back to Marissa's house. And they both loaded it up with camping gear that she was giving him, some clothes. Now, I didn't understand this part. Excuse me. She's something about she followed him to altitude to where he left his car in the parking lot. So I guess that's where he left it. Where I guess I don't know exactly. Apparently, she was following him the whole entire way through. So where he went, she followed behind, from what I understand. So when he took those kids, whatever, in the car, she would follow him to town, I guess, I don't know, to be with them or to help them or whatever, or to, haven't figured that part out yet. So, but anyhow, she is facing 8 to 12 years in prison. So, for her part in it. Now, they are talking about other people being involved. So I don't know who else would be involved. I guess it's an underground helpline that, children, how people run away from home and they get underground and hide you. I wonder if it's that kind of thing, like, where you have like a system where you go to each place and there's somebody else new to hide you out type thing. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got on my updates right now, guys. I do hope you got informed. So anyhow, Anna, you got any questions or you want to come up on panel? I mean, it's just you and I. Yeah, I just keep going on too. I figured by the time I'm done it, people will watch it later. I know there's a couple of people live right now, um, but yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. I just got to read that. I got to bring that up. Sorry. Sick. Oh my God. I'm just so disgusted with these people. Yeah. Like those boys. I think her youngest boy is only preschool age. And then the other boy is public school age. So, and I'm not too, I think her profile says she's married. But I guess I think she had the hots for him, in my opinion. But anyhow. All right, I guess I'm going to end it for us, Nana. Thanks for joining me. And I'll catch you on your next live. Okay, guys, stay safe. Take care. Yeah, I don't know, Nana. If I was her husband, and I think my husband would kick my ass. But anyhow, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Stay safe.